We are live. All right. Let's make sure that fucking thing doesn't drop. That'd be great. All righty. There we go. That's good. What the fuck? There we go. That's weird as hell. Anywho, we are live. What is up? Yo, yo, yo. Yo, what's up, Taryn? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good holiday. Appreciate you. We are live. Uh, live. All right. Oh man, what is going on? Oop, oop, oop. There we go. Yo, Mason, what's up, man? What is up? What is up? What? Oh, they gotta. Where is it at? Just got home, saw you were live. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. You're in Puerto Rico. Hell yeah. Hot, humid Christmas. Fantastic. A lot of these holidays don't even feel the same anymore, especially. Yeah, yeah. It's always, as I'm getting older and stuff, of course, it's always nice seeing the kids. Yo, seeing what's up, man? It was 84 and sunny. Damn, okay. What's up? What's up? What's up? Make sure you guys are smacking that like button. Appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. But I guess since I'm grown now, I don't get excited for Christmas anymore. Yeah, like for myself, I don't really like. I'm really excited to see my kids' reactions and stuff. Um, I like that. What's up? I hope you had a good Christmas. Appreciate you. I did. I hope you had a good one as well. I put on the community post that I hope everybody had a good Christmas and stayed safe. We swam an ocean and then rode ATVs. Hell yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Patty gonna TKO Gaethje for interim title. Potentially hurt him and then submit him, but I don't think TKO. I don't think TKO. I think he's hurt everybody he's fought besides Gordon, I believe. Merry Christmas. That cowboy cat is awesome. Appreciate you. Yes, it is awesome. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel. Stick around. No. Armin versus who next? That's a great question. I'm gonna say, let's see. Armin versus who? Benoit gonna smash Dan? Potentially. I think Dan's a live dog, but I do think Benoit wins, unfortunately. Okay, so let's see Armin. Um you could do, everyone's booked right now. A rematch with Gamrot. That's kind of the only fight you can make. Viziv Ruffy you can make, but I would say Gamrot. But coming off a loss, I don't know. I think you can sell that one. Gordon was tagging the shit out of Pimblett. You're correct, he was. Do you wish Cowboy Cerrone retired earlier? Gosh, it's so hard because, again, for people that don't know, he's my favorite fighter of all time. I just watched his entire career. So same with him, Jose Aldo, those type of fighters. It's hard to say because if you look back at Donald's losing streak, let's do it real quick. Sorry, I'm taking a little bit more time on this. Like I want to answer this with honesty. So Cerrone right here. Yo, John, what's up? Cerrone is too old. I agree. Jose Aldo, wow, yep. Cerrone should come back. He was talking about coming back, getting 50 fights in the UFC or in Zuffa. So let's see. Let's see. Let's go on his losing streak. So he beats Matt Brown. He's 32-7. Takes God, what is that? A month and 18 days off from being concussed, really, with the Matt Brown fight, and fights Masvidal on short notice, loses that, loses to Robbie Lawler, which is a close fight. Then he gets destroyed against Darren Till. Just again, it's too much back to back to back. That's that losing streak right there. Then he comes back and beats Yancy Medeiros in kind of a sloppy matchup, but he pulls it out. Fights Leon Edwards, loses a 3-2 decision. All right, whatever. Dominates Mike Perry, Hernandez. Aya Quinta's probably his best performance in what? Rick's story performance, probably. So in what is that? 3 years, probably his best performance. He looked incredible. Then he fights Tony Ferguson. He fought in May 2019. Then he fought in June. So literally a month and 4 days later. Not a great idea, especially when you're fighting against Tony Ferguson. Was competitive early, just no. Um, Lost to Gaethje, lost to Connor, lost to Pettis, lost to Pettis. I thought Cowboy clearly beat Pettis. I thought he hit him with a head kick at the end of that third round, and I thought he kind of sealed that win for him. I thought Cowboy won that. The Nico Price one was a draw, turned into a no contest because Nico tested positive for marijuana, whatever. Shouldn't have been overturned, but either way. So there's that. Arguably, you could give Cowboy the last 2 rounds. I guess that's why there's a draw, but sure there. Then fights Morono, looks lethargic, and then loses to Jim Miller on short notice when it's supposed to be Joe Lozon 3 times. So again, his losing streak isn't as bad as it actually looks on paper. Like he loses to Tony, Justin, those are warranted. Loses to Connor, didn't show up. We knew what was going to happen. If he got past that first round, he was going to do okay. The Nico Price one could have went his way. Pettis one could have went his way. The Morono one's not good. The Morono, when I seen him get hit with that shot in the Morono fight, I was like, I'm done. I don't want to see him take any more shots. A lot of it is because he wasn't reacting, and that's the worst thing you can do. And so I guess so, but I still want him to fight. But I don't want to see him get beat up. So I guess the answer is yes. Jeez, that took too long. I'm sorry. Crazy. Just beat Ruffy and Benny. Yeah, Cerrone goes. Cerrone should come back. Cerrone's too old. Yep. In WEC. Yep. I was watching Cowman, Cerrone back in the UFC. Yep, absolutely. Cerrone Holland, that'd be incredible. Till was much bigger than Cowboy. Yep. Cerrone's 42 is taking something in to maintain his current physique. Yeah, he's honest about it. Leon Edwards was much bigger than Cowboy. I don't think Leon was that much bigger. I think he's a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit more of a diverse striker. But Cowboy made that fight very competitive. Yes, Leon won clearly, but it was not an easy fight for Leon. I don't think he was that much bigger, to be honest. Cowboy looked good against Hernandez too. He looked really good. The sequence he finished Rick's story was a thing of beauty. It was incredible. It was incredible. I mean, he was the first one to finish Matt Brown, Patrick Cote, and beautiful matchups. Submitted Alex Oliveira almost immediately in that fight. Wild. Cerrone Pettis happened a year after I graduated high school. Damn, okay. He lost to Masvidal back in 2017. Yep. Cowboy beat Oliveira too. Yes, he did. First one TKO him. And that was Cowboy's first finish. I also think the thing that hurt him so much, I mean, Cerrone would not pass urine drug test, so why fight? Stay where he is. I agree. I agree. Me, it's just like the nostalgia. It's like the attachment. I always want to see it, but I don't want to see him hurt. So it's a bad place for me to be in. Um, it's another thing where once he started finishing people and he stopped being a little bit well rounded, he started to lose a little bit more. Like we've seen it. I mean, well rounded against Oliveira, Cote, Story, Matt Brown. The Matt Brown to the Masvidal fight is just he. You got to put more time. You can't fight back to back to back to back to back because again he's on the cusp of a title shot. If he doesn't fight Jorge after the Matt Brown fight, he's potentially fighting for a title shot. That is the reality. That's where he was at. So again, and then he jumped from 2017, January 2017 to July 2017, where I thought Cowboy won the last two rounds, but Robbie won the fight. There until one's just not good. Just not good. And even then, Cowboy only took a few months off. um, Cowboy versus Cowboy was crazy matchup. Yes, it was. Also, Cowboy beat Melvin Gillard too. Yep, he's the only one at that time. He was the first one to KO Gillard when Gillard hurt him. God, I remember back in the day, I was so excited for that matchup because I know how much of a monster Gillard was back in the day. Isn't it crazy we never got Cerrone versus Poirier? We should have gotten that fight in WEC considering both men were in the company around the same time. Damn. You know what? I agree 100%. I think at that time, Cowboy would have beat him up pretty well. I think obviously as time went on, Poirier grew into his style and his, kind of like his, I guess his style, whatever. I think back then Cowboy would have beaten him up pretty well, to be honest. I just thought they were on two different playing fields at that time. But Poirier was good too. Was good. Cowboy was so well rounded back then. I mean, holy crap. What a bonehead. What a boneheaded thing to say. Honestly, stupid, but sure. Sure. Ba 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 ba. So no, I don't agree with you. I said stupid, but sure, sure you're saying those things. No, I don't agree with you. What a stupid thing to say. I believe Poirier would have outstruck Cerrone now. Oh, now yes. Now it's not even a question. I. It's weird because I think Cowboy's more well rounded, like grappling wise and stuff. People forget how good of a grappler he really was. The problem is unless Cowboy could keep distance now, Cerrone would probably eat him alive with those combinations. His combinations are some of the best in the UFC. I love putting you fools in timeout. Keep it coming. Yep. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah. Yeah, I love that sequence with Rick Story. And people forget Rick Story was pretty good. Ugh, that fucking hair in my mouth. Who wins that fight between Khalil Roundtree and Azamat Mizrakanov? God, that's complicated. Cerrone Felder would have been a striker's delight. 100% agree. It's weird because I think Roundtree again on the outside, I think he has the power to hurt Azamat. But as the fight goes into the second, third round, after Roundtree's doing work, I think Azamat can beat him up. I probably would pick Azamat. I think he could outwork him. But Roundtree, again, is a live dog to knock him out. Cerrone lost to RDR twice. RDA, I mean, twice. Yes. He submitted him twice in their grappling matchup, which was crazy to me. I remember watching that fight um back in the day after, or I guess before the title fight. I watched the title fight live, which hurt me, but the first one or whatever, I thought Cowboy won. I thought he got dropped, I believe, in the first round by RDA, I mean, and then he came back the next two rounds, but yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. And we love that you love putting trolls in timeout. Yep. Condit Goat, love that one. That's another one I always was hoping Condit would fight Cowboy, but they were training partners. Yuri Azamat, love that matchup. Who do you think is the best lightweight prospect in right now? Oh my gosh. I love that you asked me these questions, but I gotta look it up because I want to actually give an answer. Best lightweight prospect? Ooh. 155. Okay, so no one in the top 15. Somebody coming up. Sup, everyone, sending peace and blessings. All is well. Hope everyone is healed from things they don't talk about. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good one. RDA was faster than Cerrone in the feet too. I think the biggest thing was the power. He caught Cowboy sleeping early. He caught him because Cowboy always doesn't typically do well in round one, and then it took a minute for Cowboy to get going. Once he did, I thought he did pretty good. But RDA had the power early in that speed that you're talking about to catch him early. Puerto Rico, hell yeah. I feel like Viraz Zayam is the best right now. That's not a bad one. How in the world has Alex Hernandez won 4 fights in a row? I mean, that's kind of out of nowhere. Anyways, best prospect. Um, um, bu- 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 it's people might not like this, but I'm probably gonna go Chris Duncan. I'm probably gonna go Chris Duncan. But second is Faraz Zion. Ooh, is that something you guys would want? Top 5 prospects in each division of the UFC? Hmm. Cerrone Smash Hernandez loved it. Like Holloway, Cerrone also struggles with shorter fighters. Yes, correct. Correct. Ethan Ewing, goat. Okay. Small hands. I don't even have small hands. What are you talking about? There's no even small hand. Duncan is tough. Yeah. Duncan is tough. Duncan is tough. He typically, honestly, he just finds a way to win. Duncan versus who next? Again, it's 55. I'd prefer him to fight somebody up. Where is he at? 34. Let's do him versus Esteban. I guess if you don't want to do that, do the winner of Hernandez and Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson's won 3 in a row. Where the heck does that come from? Whoa. Let me find out what's up. What's up? Remember this Cerrone McDessie fight? Yes, that was on the same card as DC Rumble 1 when DC went flying against the cage. I love that performance by Cowboy. It was supposed to be Khabib. People forget about that too. How is Strickland versus Ruffy going to end with Fluffy strangling Strickland? That's how. Strickland doing well early, Fluffy bringing it on, potentially finishing him. Cerrone versus the GOAT, Alex Morono. Ugh, hurts my soul. Now that I think about it, this year had a lot of career resurrections. Hernandez going on a win streak, Jan Volk getting the belts back, Dawkins being on a win streak, etc. You're correct, actually. That's a great poll, honestly. Ooh, my favorite fighter was Jens Pulver, also Mayhem Miller, Legends. Wow. All right. People forget how good Mayhem was back in the day. He was good. Almost became champion in the Strike Force. Almost beat Jake Shields at the end of the fight. Got him. Oh yeah, I think got him in the second round. A rear naked choke at the bell, which was crazy. Which fighter should I make a video on? I need ideas. Which fighter? Hmm. Do one on Manuel Torres. But again, do you guys? I'm gonna put that in the chat. I'm gonna make that a poll. Let's see. Video idea. Do a top 5 prospects in. Yes. No. Oh gosh. Yep. Okay. Boom. Okay. Yo, what's up, streets? BJ Penn was the best. He was very good for a while. Mayhem smashed Sakuraba. He looked incredible in that matchup. You are Lane Johnson, right? Bills, they're a very questionable team. Very questionable team. Who will Colby Covington fight next? A retirement home, a Walker. Oh, you see, Poirier put out a thing today talking about fighter. I guess fighters that got away. Like have everybody have a happy Christmas or whatever, except Connor, um, Nate Diaz, and Colby. Interesting. I saw Rong Zhu was injured. Not sure if that's true. I seen the video too. It sucks. If that's true. I think Bobby Green should step up. Oh, I love that fight for him. I don't honestly know if he can win it, but I love that matchup. Mind if you vent right now? What's up? Do you train? No, I don't have the time. You look like from Stray Kids. I don't even know what that is. He's not washed. He got cut in the Buckley fight. Colby fucking sucks. What are you talking about? He got cut. That's what you took from that fight. He looked like asshole in that fight. He looked bad in the Leon fight. He is bad. He's just bad. What are you talking about? My truck got told today. I'm sorry, man. Leoto's awesome. Yeah, not Wangju. Yeah, I'm gonna break some fight news right now. I love Green Cell Kid. Merry Christmas. Hope you have a good one. Crazy we never got Ferguson Poirier. That's another one that's crazy. Another one that's crazy. Could you imagine the exchanges and then Ferguson getting hurt and somehow coming back at that time? God, I honestly don't think Ferguson was would have lost in that time. I think that streak it has the names it has on it, but I think it would have been any name at that time. Islam Usman is going to happen in April in the Middle East, announcing it right now. Okay, interesting. Who wins Prime Cerrone or Prime Chandler? Prime Cerrone. Why? I think it would be either a triangle or a rear naked choke by Cowboy. Why did the UFC give Petty a title shot? So unfair. How's that unfair? Armin doesn't deserve shit. Punches fans in the crowd. Headbutts Dan Hooker at the weigh-ins. Pulls out of title fights the day before. No, doesn't deserve it. Patty was up for the call and he got the call. Co-main Morales Shavkat. Love that matchup. Why isn't it Gary? Covington probably the most overrated fighter in UFC history. Correct. Agreed on the arm and take. Appreciate you. Ferguson getting a title in 2026 for sure. No. Tony's done. He beat a fucking plumber. He didn't beat anybody good. Armin should fight Viziv. Well, Viziv's fighting Ruffy, so I guess you could do Armin versus the winner of that. That's interesting. I like Viziv in that matchup. I like it. I like it. But I appreciate you guys. Smack that like button if you haven't already. Super chats are a very, very great thing for the channel. Helps out so much. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, it's the best way to get your message read 100% for sure. I was thinking JDM Shavkat. I like that matchup. I think Shavkat eats JDM up alive. What are we talking about? UFC, MMA stuff. Thoughts on Volk Diego poster? I fucking hate it. I hate it. What if Ferguson beats Connor in boxing? I think potentially Tony could beat him later in the fight, but I think Connor even still has the power and speed. Tony is still susceptible for counters. Diego KO Volk? I think so, unfortunately. Cowboy with the $10. Happy holidays. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Again, the poll right now is video idea. Do a top 5 prospects in each division. Let me know if that's something you want. I do some MMA. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Stay safe for sure and keep up with it. If it's something you love, keep doing it. Diego gonna land that spinning elbow on Volk. I just think Diego's gonna be more well rounded because he's so good. Like being well rounded wise, like he was dominating Gene on the ground in that first round, and it started getting a little dicey, and then he caught him coming in. I think he's going to be more well rounded against Volk, and I think that's going to open up the shots on the feet. I wouldn't mind Ferguson McGregor boxing. That can be a pay per view. Sure. Do you eat broccoli? I don't mind broccoli. I don't mind broccoli. Diego had some of the craziest elbows to the head on Gene. Correct. Correct. How do you think Lopez versus Evolov would go? Again, I think Lopez because he is well rounded. I think Lopez would, if it's 5 rounds, I think Lopez would uh, um, start to control the fight, being well rounded and all this stuff as the fight goes, like 3, 4, 5. I think Evolov would do well getting takedowns and control early, but I think Lopez would start turning it up as the fight goes. Ferguson beat Warren. Do I eat worms? That makes no sense. Educate lost to complete bum. Correct. What are two fights to make in terms of legacy? Any division for me, it's Poatan versus the heavyweight champ, and Ilias fight when he comes back versus whoever. Well, if Ilya comes back, he has to fight Islam. That's it. There's no other fight. Can you imagine the buildup between Ferguson and Connor? Imagine the trash talk considering both men don't like each other. Oh yeah, that would be sick. The problem with Tony is he's not good on the mic. He's just cringe. It's always been that way, even prime Tony. But he was so good in his prime, it didn't matter. While Shavkat is going for the title, I don't think that counts as a prospect. Well, I wouldn't have Shavkat as a prospect. Not at all. I wonder how McGregor Ferguson press conference would go. I think it'd be okay early. Like, I think it would be civil early. But I think as it starts to get closer and closer, Conor would turn up the mind games. Andrew Tate versus Poatan, yikes. Taporia, Armin, Ferguson, go. What do you think of Prates versus Morales? I love it. I think Morales would win. I just think he's a little bit bigger. I think if he connected on Prates, he could finish him. Prates could do good if he could keep the distance and keep the range. But I think if it gets closer, I think Morales probably wins. Tony did make me laugh, though. Yeah, for sure. Tony beat a savage Warren Spencer. Yuck. Third person I see that looks like Kratos from God of War. Prates KO's Mora. I don't think so. I don't think so. I just think Michael Morales is too big. McGregor, my games won't work with Ferguson. I think they would piss him off. I think they would piss him off. I don't think it's very hard to make him mad. You spend this fucking Warren guy was pissing him off. You watch the interview, he's clenching his fist and he's all like, "You pissed me off." I don't know. Tony knocked Warren's tooth out. Yeah. Connor's done. Yeah. Usman versus Hamzat 2. No. No. The only way that happens, again, if it's a short notice fight. Tony is awesome. Like the BMF title, and would you like to see other gimmick titles like that? No. The only other titles I would like to see is that they made more divisions, which I think they should do. I got to be honest. I think it's stupid. We only have, flyweight, featherweight, bantamweight, lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight. I think it's dumb. I can see Ferguson saying to McGregor at the press conference, "You dodged me like a little bitch in my prime." Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Tony with a 12-fight win streak and didn't get a belt is such a shame. Well, he lost the interim, which probably would have had him fight Khabib. All the other times Khabib pulled out, but doing a scheduled TV thing for the UFC, tore his fucking knee apart, tripping on the cord, and the UFC was like, give me the belt. Wild. Tony never gonna stop fighting? Correct. I like it. Nate Diaz will fight forever. I love it. Khabib Tony got away? Yes, it did. Tony best fighter to never win a belt? Yeah. Tony, Cowboy, Poirier, Uriah Faber. Yeah. Condit. Yep. Poirier. Yep. I know Gaethje doesn't like Connor either. Yeah, that's a much like in the prime wise. I think that is such an easy. It doesn't mean it's easy. I think that's a much more winnable fight for Connor than Tony was back in the day. Same with Michael Chandler. That's a much more winnable fight. Well, that's a good one. UFC for 5 weeks. Yes. Tony versus a Martin. Who wins versus Kyle or the Ritter? It depends. If Kyle is going to exchange with the Ritter, I like the Ritter. If he's going to strike and have good takedown defense, I think Kyle can win. I hope the Ritter wins. I really like his style. I know people don't. I do. Um, but probably Kyle. I got to be honest. That's a piss poor beard. Okay. Appreciate you, Steelers fan. Guys could have been a decent champ, lost barely to DC and Jones. Oh, Gus could have been? Yes. Well, Gus barely lost the first time. DC lost badly both times. And Gus, I thought, beat DC in a crazy close fight. Yeah. I remember when Connor got knocked out by Poirier, Gaethje said it was satisfying seeing a big mouth get knocked out. Yes. Yeah. That makes sense. Poirier was very happy about it too. It was a beautiful shot. And again, it was such an easy thing to be like, yeah, Poirier's winning that because Connor hadn't fought. He only was training boxing to fight Pacquiao, which was true. My fucking nose is gonna. I don't want to sneeze, but uh, yeah, that was a rigged fight. What was? What are you talking about? Getting punched in the face and getting put out cold. I don't know how rigged that is, but okay, okay. Upcoming Max versus Oliveira is the most bittersweet fight, definitely. I agree. It's almost sad because someone has to lose. It sucks. What are three fighters you don't care to watch? Corey Sandhagen. Um. What's her name? She this girl fought. She was undefeated for a minute, but she fought Uriane Aldana. Lost to a heel kick to the body. Ooh, Macy Chasson, that's the one. Another fight I don't really ever want to watch. I don't care to watch. Uh, um, Rakic. Not a Rakic guy. Inoue, or I don't really know the other guy. I like Inoue. Yeah. Rampage or Briggs. I'd go Rampage. He has big power. And it's Rampage. Picking Oliveira, me too. Then Gaethje said Connor is all humble now, but we know if he was to beat Poirier, he would have been an asshole. Yeah, 100%. Any lay and pray wrestlers can be boring. Yeah, there's not as many as people like to say. Like, there's a difference of someone trying to control the position or look for submissions than just laying and praying. But I definitely understand what you're saying. Kind of lost on purpose. He got paid. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. It hurts his legacy. So, no. Morales for Shavkat is something I want to watch. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, the hardest fight for Islam Shavkat, I want to watch that. I want to watch that. There's a difference of like throwing a fight for nothing or throwing a fight with getting hit with nothing. It's different when you're throwing a fight and you're getting concussed. Not doing that. Dave Poetan goes up to heavyweight to fight Gan. If he ever goes up to heavyweight, he's fighting Tom. If he ever is potentially could fight Hamzat as well. Connor needs to do some other thing outside the UFC. If he really wants to prove something first, 100%. Well, you're here. Leave then. You're just saying nonsense things. You think GSP was on roids? He kind of had a roid gut. No, there was a thing called what he had. It was something he had. I can't remember what it's called, but it's because he was trying to eat so much to gain muscles. He talked about it with Rogan after the fight. But it's literally something, the sickness he got because he was trying to bulk up so much. So no. If you want to piss McGregor off about he raises his children, Gaethje said some along those lines, and McGregor didn't like it. Ooh, yeah. Khabib goat? No, no. Thank you. Alex is an anomaly. He wins the heavyweight belt before retiring. I 100% agree with you. GSP passed all the advanced testing, so I doubt he took stuff. Well, again, he talked about what it was. He brought it up, the gut up. Who's my goat? John Jones. He fought everybody in the division. I just think GSP cycled for injuries because testing was lax during his time. I mean, his body never really changed. It changed when he went up a weight class. But again, he said he had to eat so much because he was in retirement for years. He had to eat so much that he got that thing. So, no, no. John Jones was on roids. Again, I don't care who's on roids. You can be on roids, it doesn't make you good. Got to have the skill to be good. If there a worse USADA before and after outside of Hendricks, Eric Silva, Hector Lombard. How do you see Masvidal McGregor pressure going? Does he get into a head of Masvidal? 100% yes. To be honest, every opponent was 100% on roids. Probably the worst one was he fought roided up Victor. So so is Masvidal fighting Connor? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, do you agree though? Worse ones than Hendricks, Lombard, Eric Silva. I said it's another one. I can't remember it now. Yeah, Hector Lombard, Eric Silva. Those are some good ones, to be honest. John Jones, Masvidal, and Adesanya, I can't stand. Okay. Brady Bilal too. Brady's going down a weight class. Next two cards are going to be bangers. You're correct. I think Colby McGregor would be a good presser. I don't see him getting into Colby's head. Oh, I do. Oh, I do. If anybody can get into Colby's head, Colby's whole shtick is trying to get into Connor's head. I think Connor would get into Colby's head 100%. Nate Diaz versus Connor would have been a great presser. I agree with that. I agree with that. But you kind of seen it a little bit with Nate. And Nate's like, I don't give a fuck what you're saying. It don't mean anything to me. People always forget how good Nick was. Always forget how good he was. Why do you hate Izzy? He's a chill guy. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't. I can be like I can understand people saying like they're not crazy about Izzy like as a champion or whatever. Fine, as a fighter, fine. I don't understand discrediting what he was able to do. Ian Gary or Islam, Islam, for sure, for sure. Y'all see Ben Askren doing a lot better now. Yep, yep. I seen that. So that's awesome. It's awesome. Izzy Cowboy. Oh, that scares me. Come on, man. Come on. Now couldn't get into Diaz head. Yep. But again, that's Diaz. Gaethje's gonna care more than Diaz. I mean, everybody's gonna care more than Nick or Nate. He kind of would get into everyone's head besides Diaz. Izzy did beat Alex and complete his life major storyline. Yeah, 100%. Can't stand him. I never said I didn't enjoy his fights. Well, saying you can't stand someone doesn't make sense when it's someone like Izzy. Hi, what's up? They might go Chandler 100% beats Connor if that really is the fight. I don't think so. Could he? Sure. No. Cowboy won't make 70. I agree. He said he'd fight at 85 anyways. He just seems fake, no lie. Izzy's the last one to see fake that I think is fake. You watch his YouTube channel, like that's Izzy. Kimbo versus Butterbean. Well, Kimbo actually has some good powers. I'm gonna go Kimbo. I'm gonna go Kimbo. If his knees weren't all fucked up, he probably would have done a little bit better in MMA. R.I.P. What's his name? Ferguson. Jay Ferguson? No, that's not right. Damn it. Gene Silva or Allen? Gene Silva, 100%. Lock it. Armin versus Ilya? Ilya. It's not a lock, but Ilya. Lock Gene Silva. Conor will do to Chandler what he did to Alvarez. Yeah. Yeah. Kimbo has been. Jesus, Taryn. Damn. Kevin Ferguson. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, Kimbo was awesome. What a good dude. What a good dude. Armin is another one. He's another one for sure. For sure. Tony Ferguson. Doesn't Kimbo have a son in MMA? Yeah. Older now, but yeah. Cat, you gotta stop rubbing on my freaking computer. No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying it's bleak, I guess. Baby slice, yeah. Yep, Kimbo Slice Jr. Yep. He was good for a second, and then he wasn't. Beating Sean. Swear everyone on YouTube live has a cat no matter what type of video it is. Really? Huh. Hamza versus, well, I'm evolved. Used to watch Kimbo Slice street fights. Man, he did damage to those guys. Yep. Yep. And that's where Mazal started too, as we know. That's where he started. Sweet cat in the hat painting. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 100. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you again for the 2 jewels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you again. Who do you think is the closest defensive expert like Mayweather in MMA? I mean, Gotton doesn't get hit that much. Ah, gosh. Defensive expert. Um, I don't know. That's a great question, to be honest. Again, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you for the happy poop. MVP, that's a great one. Thank you. Connor's wash. Michael Chandler isn't great, but he's better. Connor's chin is gone, and Michael can take a punch for days. Okay. I mean, okay. I think even the Connor fights that he lost later in his career, Sean O'Malley. All right, that's a good one. I think Connor hurting Poirier the last 2 times he fought him. I think that's something to be said that he still has power. It is the last thing to go. Again, thank you so much for the 10 jewels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sean Strickland has a weird stance and upright. He is upright. That's for sure. Who do you think is the strongest in terms of strength in the UFC compared to their weight class? I mean, you'd have to say Pereira. Look who he knocks out. Ilya has a very good defense as well. That's true. That's true. That's true. Max has good defense. Nah, nah, nah. I don't actually. I don't know if Max has great defense. Anderson Silva used to dodge like the Matrix. Correct. You'd say Hamzat. Is he really good on the feet, or is he just because he's grappling guys? Because the fights we've seen him like on the feet, he doesn't look great. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true, to be honest. I'd be like saying, Benoit is good defensively, but we've seen him not do good on the feet. But if he can get you to the ground, he doesn't get a lot. So God fucking knows, man. Pure strength though, that's fair. It's fair. Tony Ferguson dodges. Yeah, he does dodge. You're right about that. Again, thank you guys so much. Almost up to 20 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bobby Green similar to Floyd. Ooh, Taryn. Ooh. Love Bobby Green. Duck Dynasty, cut your beard? No. Thanks, though. Thanks, though. Good job, Skinwalker. Stupid. Stupid. That fight where Silva was brushing off Forrest Griffin and into entertaining but embarrassing for Griffin. Actually, it's not embarrassing for Griffin. I'll tell you why, Cowboy. He was KO'd twice in training before that fight. It's public knowledge at this point. He was supremely compromised going into that matchup. John Jones isn't toughest in his family. Fair. Fair. Oh, Skinwalker got timed out by three different people. Great job. Great job. Islam or Kamaru? Islam. Can Kamaru do well? Sure. In the end, it will be Islam. In the end, it will be Islam. Yeah, that's a good matchup. I don't necessarily know if it should be that one first, but that is a decent matchup at least. Yeah, R.I.P. Arthur as well, Larson. Which fighter would you want to see as a champion in every division, male? Oh, well, Pantoja. Oh, no, no, no. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to say Cop. So, Cop. Um, oh, gosh. Actually, fucking mouse back. Um, I'd love to see Max's champ. Oh, no, you know, I'm going to go Charles Oliveira champion. That'd be sick. 55. 25 would be Cop. 35. 35 would have to be. Let's do Peyton Talbot. Maybe a little bit more realistic one is Umar. I think that'd be awesome. 45. Uh, Yusuf Zalal. I'd love to see be champion. That'd be awesome as well. 55 would have to be. I guess I said Charles already in that matchup. Anyways, 170. Carlos Prates. Jesus Christ. Scared the shit out of me. 85. Be Fluffy. 205. Come on, load. Okay, 205. Yeah. Um, Trying to think in that light heavyweight division. Who would I like to see be champion? Ah, I'd like to still see Pereira, to be honest. And then heavyweight is John Jones. Anybody like Gon would be decent. Probably John, though. I'd love to see Tom actually fight good fighters. That'd be great. That'd be great. Okay, sorry. I noticed it's two MMA fighters who have been my food for the past 3 years now. I miss both of them. Connor definitely hits harder now. He's been juicing up, but once he off the roids, he's done. But you are right. He still has that left hand and IQ. Correct. Cop, goat. It was GSP fight one per year. I agree 100%. 100% I agree. So I guess I'll be doing the video of top five prospects in each division. So that is something I will be doing. What the fuck? So I do appreciate your guys' opinion. That's why I asked, obviously. Do a top five prospects in each division. Or for each division is probably a better way to say that. But Galta Almeida is who I want to see be champion at heavyweight. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Favorite Bible verse? Not a Bible guy. Perspective, I mean, do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you do it or not do it. So yeah, I'm trying to take into consideration like which fights I know if depending on which champions are champions, which fights would be good. There's only a few guys with Jalton. I think the fights would be fun. Do you think Joshua took a paycheck? TK dragged the fight out into later rounds? No. I mean, Jake was literally running for his life for round and round and round and round. No. Who's the most overhyped fighter for you? Corey Sandhagen. The two men I was referring are Anthony Rumble Johnson and Stephen Bonner. Both men passed away in 2022. Yeah, love Rumble. Respect this Bonner. 125 Moreno one more time. 135 Wallmaker. Okay, 45 Lopez. 55 is Patty. 170 is Morales. 185 DDP. 205 DDP. Heavyweight Poetan. Fair. Fair. Again, Greg. When you watch that fight, it's Joshua's trying to. The problem is if Joshua just goes in there and he's throwing and missing, people are like, he's missing because they don't understand fighting. But because he was just letting Jake run and then get tired, and then he caught him very nicely when he was tired. That's what Joshua should have done. Should he have knocked him out earlier? Sure, but Jake didn't box him. And people are like, well, he lasted longer than Ngannou. Well, Ngannou was moving straight in on him. He was trying to fight him. He wasn't running away. There is a difference. He was laterally moving, but he wasn't using footwork. He was running. You know, Ngannou wasn't doing that, and he got caught. Finished. I had no idea Bonner died. I remember the first UFC fight on Spike TV versus Forrest. You didn't know that? Wow. Wild. RIP Rumble. I got his autograph at International Fight Week back in 2017. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I don't care. So, both men pass from sickness. Yeah. Yep. Rumbles was a Hopkins lymphoma. I actually wasn't looking at it from that perspective, but makes a lot of sense. You know, and again, let's say Joshua goes in there and Jake's moving around a lot, like running or whatever, and Josh was trying to throw on him, and Jake times up a big right hand and flatlines him. People are like, well, what was he doing? So Joshua let him run, let him grab a hold of him. She was literally shooting takedowns on Joshua, which is wild. But yeah, what was Bonner's sickness? I think it was a drug overdose. I think he overdosed. I might be wrong about that, but I thought he had a prescription problem. I'll look it up. Stephen Bonner. Wild. It's been 3 years already. Wild. Okay. So, the issue statement suggested it was presumed that Bonner had died of a heart complication while at work. It was later revealed that by Clark County Coroner's Office that Bonner had died from an accidental fentanyl overdose. So he's probably taking prescription drugs or other things and passed away. R.I.P. Bonner. Rumble, I think, wasn't even 40. I think he was 38. Yeah, 38. DDP era was cut short. You don't know what you have until it's gone. Not the champ, not finna fight in a year. Probably not fighting at all at 85 since he's calling out Poetan. I agree. It sucks. Yeah, that was crazy as fuck with the takedown attempts, dude. It was all the whole time. And people are like, why isn't Joshua doing anything? It's kind of hard to hit a moving target and not footwork target. What's up, Classic? What's up? Mix, what's up? Yeah, it's sad. I remember the video he posted from the hospital, which a cry for help. Passed not too long after. It was pain meds at first. Again, I watched that interview, so exactly like you, when I seen that he had passed, I was like, shit. And he was talking about how a hard time he was having, or how much of a hard time he was having. Fuck. Yeah. His death was similar to Eddie Guerrero. Oh, don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. I've been going back and actually watching SmackDown back in 2005, the year that Eddie passed. Been watching some of those episodes. And I think the last two I've watched, Eddie has opened the show. And boy, he is probably the coolest wrestler of all time. The way that his charisma every time He was on the screen. He was stealing the show again. But man, awesome, awesome. Kimbo passed away relatively young. Yeah, I think also I think 48 for Kimbo because I think he's 10 years older than Rumble. Kimbo was another one. Go too soon. Yep. I lie, I cheat, I steal. You're damn right. I don't care. Eddie Guerrero was badass as a kid. Man, he was 38 in 2005, and I'm watching him leap off the top rope. Probably has the best frog splash I've ever seen in my life. I mean, every single time it's pretty. And like gosh, the way he was able to move like flawlessly. And in like the crazy thing to me, all it's like how I feel about singers. I feel like if you can't sing live, it's fake because it's not real. Because a lot of people could go in there and they could auto tune you. They could do all the stuff in the studio and all this stuff to make you sound good. But if you can't perform the songs, you're not great. Even like guys like CM Punk have got teary eyed talking about Eddie, what he's done for him. JBL says his entire career, his JBL character, is because of Eddie, and he's consistently thanking him. Same with Kurt, and it's one of those things where it's like, God, it makes it so much better. Makes it so much better. 100%, I don't care. 38 is young, yeah. Again, it's wrestling, whatever. Remember that SmackDown versus Raw 2006 game? Of course I do. That game predicted his death. And I'm going to tell you, really? Whoa. Kimbo died from the fight with Data? No, Kimbo didn't die from that. But it was not that long afterwards, I don't think. Dude, that's why I was enjoying watching his performance more than studio tracks. Fair? Why I enjoy watching live performances. Oh yeah, me too. Like one of my favorite bands. Like people don't like it, but I like Nickelback a lot. But my favorite band is 3 Days Grace, the older stuff by Adam Gontier. I think it's Gontier. I can't remember, but I'm gonna say Adam Gontier. That guy, like One X and all those songs. He is really good live. In live right now, he sounds awesome. So yeah, I really like live performances because to me it's like, oh, he's good. I like his stuff even more. Nickelback, incredible live. Maybe not so much now as he's getting older, but previous performances, whew, whew. Shout out for sure, Rose. What are you talking about, world? 3 Days Grace is pretty good with the OG singer, correct? Animal I Had Become. Yep, one of my favorite songs. I think my favorite song by them is either Time of Dying or Gone For, or no, Time of Dying or Just Like You. Again, live, incredible songs. I love Animal I Had Become. I love Pain. Yeah. Stray Kids, okay. From SVR 2008. Damn, okay. Good job, Rose. Idiot. Corey Taylor from Slipknot is still amazing. I listened to him sing the freaking SpongeBob thing live. Incredible. 2016, bro. It's been almost 10 years. What the fuck? Yeah. Crazy, huh? Those that the those that the beast is what? I just saw that clip again the other day. It has been years. I'd never seen it before. I'm not a big Slipknot guy, but that was incredible. That was incredible. Loved it. Okay, good job, buddy. Well, good job. See you later. Goodbye, bro. Never heard of a. I have no idea. He did it as a gag too. Yeah, yeah. That's what it seemed like. That's what it seemed like. Yo, Taz, what's up, buddy? What's up? What's up? What's up? Can you recall the amount of undeserved title shots in the last 5 years? Undeserved? I mean, Renato Marcano, undeserved, but he got one. Um, Undeserved. Honestly, I would say Magomed Ankalaev. Obviously, he won the title in a pretty dominant fashion. I would say him. Who did he beat? Rakic. And some people thought Rakic won. Okay. So I would say Ankalaev. Mm, trying to think. Oh, Ursig probably in that division. Ursig, Steve Ursig probably got an undeserved title shot. There's gonna be some more in the comments I can't think of right now. Islam, Islam had a deserved title shot. All them Kobe fights, that's true. Undeserved title shots probably close to deserved title shots probably close to 5 to 7 times. Islam had the easiest path to a title. Really? Okay, that's my point. Oh, great. Okay. I just explained to you how SmackDown vs. Raw predicted Eddie's death. Gotta go back and read it. Oh, I did. I read it out loud. Yeah. Oh, right there. Thank you. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 predicted Eddie's death because keep in mind the game was made in 2005. In the story mode of the game, you had a cutscene of Undertaker putting Eddie's casket in. Oh, Eddie in casket. A few days later, he died. You're correct. I remember because he's rolling him out of the ring and putting him in it. I'm pretty sure I remember that cutscene. Yeah. Wow, man. I'm almost there. I'm because again, I'm watching through that year. And like I just watched the episode where Ray qualified for the Royal Rumble, and of course, like I know now what that Royal Rumble means because Eddie passes. Oh God, heartbreaking. Asakura for sure. Who in the fuck is this guy? Why is this somebody I should know? Uh, I'm supposed to know this guy. He's fucking 43 years old. How am I supposed to know who this dude is? He fights for what? Thailand? Thailand? I don't fucking watch. I don't watch K1. I don't know why I should have to watch this. What? Flyweight from Ryzen? Yeah, okay. Okay. He's 43. I'm confused. Yep, Asakura. Yeah. Steve was an exciting fighter at that time, though. Again, I agree. I agree. But if you look at who he beat to get the title shot, it doesn't really make sense. But again, it's all about timing. Timing. Who's ready? You'll get the call. Maybe Chael versus Jones was undeserving. Well, they did the Ultimate Fighter, and I believe they were actually gonna have Chael step in for Henderson, but John was like, "I'm not doing a short notice against Chael," and people were like, "Well, he turned it down because he was scared." How was he scared? You watched the first fight; he destroyed him. It wasn't even competitive at all. Chael, I think that was after the Shogun guillotine. Yeah, I guess that probably be a little bit undeserving. UFC can't touch. Okay, Mr. Kennedy is bad luck. Yeah, he is. Cheeto against O'Malley was undeserved. I don't think that's true. I think Cheeto had a win over him. So I don't think that's true, and that's why they did the rematch because Sean O'Malley wanted it. Dude, he's 15-10 in the UFC now. How the mighty have fallen. 3 losses in a row. Well, he lost to Jose in 2020, beat Grant, Edgar, Font, Cruz, lost to Corey Sandhagen by split. Was not a split. It was awful judging. And then beat Pedro. So he was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-1 in his last 6. Beats Pedro, fights O'Malley, and he was the number one guy. He was against the champion. So, you know, UFC wanted O'Malley to get his L back. Sure, sure. Also, keep in mind the game was made in 2005, the year Eddie passed. That's crazy. God, that's crazy. What's up? What up? Second, then a dog throwing up. What's up, Chase? That's like great striker, but only Muay Thai fans know him. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Saint Chai? Is that what that name is? I think I've heard of him. Nobody will even see this, so I'm just gonna. Okay, goodbye. trains the special forces, okay? Have you watched Batista's and Bobby Lashley's UFC careers? UFC careers? I watched Batista's one match. Bobby actually was decent. He actually lost a decision that was unbelievable. think it was against Thompson. I can't remember his first name. I think it's Colossus. Kimbo Slice also beat him, popped his cauliflower ear, and won the fight. Lost a decision to him, which he shouldn't have. Isn't that kind of scary how cutscenes of Undertaker putting Eddie in a casket that he passes away in real life? That's some scary shit. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's scary for sure. Sean O'Malley, what? Cheeto's cool as fuck too. I met him and got his autograph. That's awesome. The guy in title shot versus Aspinall was heavily undeserved. I mean, yes, because he we know he lost to Volkov. 15-10 is crazy. Like that's not his overall record, but that's his UFC record. Yes, crazy. CM Punk, is that what I'm seeing? What a stupid thing to say. Are you kidding me? Go away. My back MMA career, well, they had like 4+ fights each. Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas. Hope you're doing well. I've been throwing up for the last 7 hours, sick as a dog. Damn, Chase. I hope you get better, buddy. Damn. That sucks, man. Chase, I am just getting over being sick for the second time this month. Man, am I right there with you. I miss Brock. He was a beast athlete all time. Best athlete all time. Fair. Fair. That sucks, Chase. I'm sorry, man. We got one like away from 20 likes. Who has the worst UFC record ever? Oh. Oh, you know who is probably up there? Reese McKee. Because I think he has Reese. Oops. Oh god. Who in the fuck? Let's do Ratkey. Oh, Loic Rezabov. He got yeah. What's his fucking name? Gosh dang it. McKee. Losa? Angelosa. He fought Reese McKee. That's 2-3. Reese McKee. Reese McKee was 1-5. That's awful. Let's see. Who has oh, you know who's gonna have a bad one? Vanderlei. Where's UFC record? Ethan. What? Oh, hold on. Oh, 13 fighters with most losses in UFC history. Most losses. 13. It doesn't even say it. Oh, UFC wins 18-11 for Frankie, so 11. Court McGee was 12 losses. He was 10-12. 19-13 for Diego. Sam Alvey, 10-13. Penn, 12-13. Ross Pearson, 12-13. Cowboy, 23-14. RDA, 21-15. 14-15. Jim Miller, 27-17. Andrei Arlovsky, 23-18. Clay Guida, 18-18. Jeremy Stevens, 15-18. So Jeremy Stevens has the most UFC losses, and it's 18. So he's 15-18. Wow. Oh, worst UFC record. Oh, Chase Sherman, 16-12. How is that? Oh, he's 16-12. Of course, it doesn't say his record. It's 4-11 for Chase Sherman. Brandon Davis, who's 14-11, was 2-7. Julia Starlarenko, 11-9 overall, 2-7 in the UFC. Ashley Yoder, she was 9-10 overall, 3-8. Holy crap! Ike Villanueva was awful in the UFC. He's like 1-4, 1-5. I can spend all day talking about that. Sorry about that. Damn, RDA record took a nosedive. Yeah. Sorry, 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 sorry. God dang. Sorry about that. Another undeserved title shot was Roundtree versus Pereira, but glad it happened. It was a banger. I don't think that was undeserved. Yeah, it sucks. I've missed everything today. Damn, man. CM Punk never won. Awful. I was thinking of the same guy. Jesus was okay. I believe that same person who I timed out for 24 hours keeps getting other accounts to troll. He's, yeah. Appreciate your help, though. Thoughts on not getting cut? I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. Not a kid, just a little. Okay. Brock literally did everything. He was the villain of the century. Pat, what? That one Russian on McGregor's team that had a scuffle in the hotel with Khabib's team. Oh, Artem. Brayden, I don't think he was cut. I just believe he was re-signed after his deal expired. Yeah, he wasn't re-signed. Yeah, they didn't re-sign him. Which fighter face looked the most like Emmett Till as the end of it? I mean, oh my gosh. Who was busted up? Jessica I was, oh no, not Jessica I. Jessica I had a really bad one on an ear. She actually got the TKO win because the ear was almost off. Oh, Urain Aldana in that Akira Rosa fight was incredible. That fight was awesome. Bro, I'm so Jesus Christ. Mark Hunt had a crazy win-loss record. That's true. Artem Lobov, yep. I know jack crap about the UFC. Okay. Your top three most boring fighters in UFC. Ooh, Jalton Almeida, well, Corey Sandhagen, Jalton Almeida, and Marlon Vera. I don't even care about the stats. I go by who's okay. That's stupid. CM Punk is 0-2. Damn, already. No, CM Punk is 2-0. Yuck. 14, 15-1. Jesus. Yeah, but that's not in the UFC. That's just the overall record. I'm listening, just keep picking up the phone. It makes me feel like I'm getting sick. Damn, I'm sorry, man. Top five prospects, imagine glazing other men. Okay. You're on my chat then. If you don't like what I'm talking about, go. John Cena's top tier. Okay. Do you like Bryce Mitchell? I can see him becoming champion. Bryce Mitchell sucks assholes. I'm calling it quits if I were to hit 10 losses. UFC losses, too much CTE. Well, I mean, you could have a lot of losses that are like grappling, you know. YouTube shouldn't even allow people to make a lot of accounts. I agree. I'm new to the channel. Appreciate you. Any tips on how to get a beard? I mean, you could take like there's like some stuff to help you grow it. There's some pills and stuff you can take. I've never have in my life. I've always been able to grow it, but if you have a hard time, you can do stuff like that. You can't see me unbeatable, okay? Ronda Marcos has a bad record as well. Oh, I would imagine for her. Neil Magny, I think. Oh, Neil Magny's pretty boring. Yeah, but he can be exciting at times. Um, Even if it's him just getting beat up, I think it can still be exciting. Michael Chiesa boring as well. I agree with that. Okay, live sports, you're gone. Wait, whoa. I almost timed you out, Taryn. My bad, buddy. Unbelievable. Goodbye. Goodbye. You don't train. What the fuck do you do? I don't train. I have to train to talk about it. Okay. What age did your beard really start to come in? Well, I've been able to grow, maybe not the length of this, but a beard since the seventh grade. Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Hope you're doing well. Makayev Cop 2, that'd be a sick fight. Neil Magny is such an oddball fighter. Correct. Correct. Yes. Good job, Paul. See you later. Goodbye. Goodbye. What's up, Red Beard? I'm never excited for Magny fight. I feel that. Yeah. In school, I always shaved. In high school, I let it grow out a few times, but then I was like, I don't. I should be able to grow up this beard in high school. So I was like, I gotta shave it. Now I wish I didn't. That's the same person, a fake account. Yeah, the beard is majestic. Appreciate you. Cool. Again, make sure you guys are voting down here for sure. That's a pretty big video idea I'm thinking about doing. Or I'm going to do. Appreciate you guys. We're one like away from 20. Smack that like button if you haven't already. You need a trim. No, 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 no. Hamza can be boring. People just hype him up. I agree 1,000% with that. Agreed. Agreed. It is majestic. Appreciate you. Nah, no trim. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Like my wife will clean up like right here, but no. Was I surprised about Petter winning? I think I was more surprised on the reactions he was getting from Marab, because there was rounds that Marab was doing well and winning, and then Jan would hurt him, and like that wins him the round. So I believe Hamza put DDP in the crucifix on purpose. He's Muslim. Okay, okay. Realistic. What fighter do you think can beat any fighter? Any Pereira? I bet it feels, or in Islam, in John Jones. I bet it feels good just pulling down on your beard like that. Well, I mean, it's okay, you know. I believe so. I was proving a point almost. I'm taking in your son to the screen if that's okay. No. What the fuck? What the fuck? Karen, how was your Christmas for you, my D? Appreciate you guys. It's about 1:30 in the morning, though. I really appreciate you. I will be live again tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for being here. Stay on the lookout for that video, top 5 prospects in each division. Appreciate you. Stay safe, and I'll be at the next one. Yo, thoughts on Osali? I think he beats Yadong. Where I live, U.S. I didn't want to take him down as much. I think Dana was on his ass about being boring. No, no, no. I think he was having success with striking. I think that's what got him. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Get better, Chase. I appreciate you. Uh, appreciate you guys. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.